Vice President Harris is ready to take on former President Trump in the upcoming election. But as the economy continues to improve, can Harris get Americans more pumped up about a solid economy than President Biden can? More, let's welcome in Yahoo Finance's very own Rick Newman. Rick.
Hey, guys. Well, we got more good economic news this week. And as usual, Americans seem unimpressed, if not even dour. So we got good GDP numbers for the second quarter. For the umpteenth time in the Biden administration, GDP was better than economists forecast. We got good news about inflation today. Looks like the Federal Reserve may be cutting interest rates soon. And the Michigan Consumer Sentiment Survey showed that confidence went down in July, not up. And that survey was taken before the sell-off we've seen in the stock market during the last few days. So, I mean, this has become a familiar, if somewhat baffling story. The economy is doing well and continues to improve, and yet there's just not much sign that consumers are buying it. So we get to have a little experiment here. We get to see, now that the torch has passed from President Biden to Kamala Harris as the Democratic presidential candidate, is she going to be more effective at talking up the economy and the things that are good about the economy? And I have no idea if she will be better at it or not, but there are early signs that there's a lot more enthusiasm for Kamala Harris than there has been for President Biden. She's doing better in some of the early polls than Biden did. There are some signs that young voters are awakening to her candidacy. So in coming weeks, we get to see if she can do a better job of talking up the economy than Biden did. And it really matters, because how people feel about the economy in September and October is going to determine how a lot of them vote in the election.
Well, Rick, as we have been talking about this for the past, however long it has been now, the thinking has been it doesn't matter what President Biden says as long as inflation remains remains increasing at all. But it has gotten a lot better, right? So, I guess the question is not just whether she's going to be able to communicate it differently, but whether she'll be able to capitalize on what have been actual improving numbers.
Right. And at a more fundamental level, Julie, I think the question is the messenger part of the problem here? Is the message the problem? Or are economic conditions really that difficult for that many people that they don't care that the rate of inflation has come down by a lot and is basically back to normal levels? They don't care that the job market has been super strong and basically anybody who wants a job can get a job. And I don't know the answer. I mean, there have been all kinds of efforts to explain why Americans are so gloomy when the economy is doing well. And perhaps even more important than the base level of where the economy stands is the direction of the economy. It is going in the right direction. I mean, we are getting to the point where we're going to have interest rate. I mean, we're really getting to a soft landing scenario. I mean, we're going to have interest rate cuts. Nobody really is forecasting a recession at this point. There already is a little bit of slowdown in the labor market, but that's good. That's the kind of cooling that allows the Fed to cut interest rates. And this is just not registering yet in any of the confidence surveys, which show that people are much gloomier than they were before COVID. So I don't know the answer, but I'm very interested to see if a younger candidate who, frankly, is more energized than President Biden and is generating more enthusiasm for now can get people out of their funk.
Well, I'm sure we're going to keep talking about it, Rick. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
I am anyway.
Yes, we'll both be talking about it. Thanks.